Before I get started with the review for today's Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS episode, I want to give a massive shout out to whoever it was last week that called that it was Ignis that stole that card and sort of orchestrated this battle. Because I didn't actually see that coming. I really thought it was that Faust guy. But no, whoever that was, good call. You were absolutely right. Well done. Congratulations. So this episode is basically Yusaku versus Faust. And we definitely get some underlying tones basically confirming that Ignis, at some point in the future, is gonna turn evil, or at the very least, he's gonna be a threat to humanity. I mean, we had a lot of evidence for this. The fact that Ignis is sort of making his own moves behind Yusaku's back. I mean, I know he is a prisoner in that thing, but whatever. He's also orchestrated this event so that these two would fight together. It's as if he's trying to eliminate the Knights of Hanoi because they know they're trying to stop him from completing his goals. So that kind of makes sense if you really think about it like that. I do think that Yusaku figured it out by the end of the episode, but I'm curious to see. Talking about the duel though, I actually quite liked the duel. I thought it was interesting. Faust basically played a worm deck. It was a specific thing worm. I can't remember exactly what it was called. But I will say that he actually played quite a lot like Weevil Underwood. If we take into consideration, he had a monster that could turn his opponent's monsters into insect-type monsters, and his boss monster would benefit from all these insects on the field. I actually thought his strategy was quite sound, really, because at first, when he had his monster out, I think he had like 2,400 attack, and he had a token next to it, Yusaku got two big monsters out, and I wondered why he attacked the big monster first, rather than attack the little one, do some damage, and then attack the big one with that. But you couldn't attack the tokens, and I didn't realise that until afterwards. But the strategy was quite sound. It turned his opponent's monsters into insects, and then his continuous spell card stopped them from being tributed for a link summoning. So he kind of locked Yusaku down for a while. But it all worked out in the end because Yusaku was able to get out a new monster. It's been a while since we've seen Storm Access. I actually can't remember the last time that it was. I think it was against Revolver. His new monster, it looked okay. It was basically a red version of Decode Talker. What was this one called? So this one was called Power Code Talker, and I don't exactly remember its effect, but its ability was, I think if something was special summoned to the field, you can take all that monster's attack and add it onto itself, or something like that. No, his attack animation was really good. It looked really cool anyway, so I like the monster. It's another Code Talker to be added to Yusaku's arsenal. I like it. I might as well quickly mention it as well. There was another one of those you still take the damage moments. And I think we're at 4. I'm pretty sure I did say we were going to try and do a counter if we could. But 4, I think we're at. But don't quote me on that. We got to see a new skill used in this episode as well called Double Bite, which allowed him to attack twice with his insect-type monster, which was attacking directly, so it was very powerful at the time as well. And it left Yusaku, thanks to his quick thinking, with only 50 life points left, which was mad. No, I think that's the lowest we've seen Yusaku have his life points at, to my knowledge, I think. So, no, it was a good side win, good turnaround in the end. I liked the duel. I liked Faust as a character. It didn't do too much, really, but I thought it was fine. But we saw in a very brief flashback that the 3 characters that we've seen defeated in these last few episodes, they were all responsible for the actions that took place at that facility that Yusaku was at when he was a child. And they actually were directly responsible for Yusaku's sort of whatever was happening to him in there. So they probably have a leader, obviously, which will probably get discovered soon. But still, their actions were confirmed to be the results creation of Ignis. So they're all connected. Yusaku, these 3 people here, and Ignis. I still think that Ignis is some sort of data creation of dueling or something. I don't know. It's something. It doesn't make sense. I'm going to find out soon anyway, I'm sure. But we had a little bit of a bombshell dropped at the end of the episode. Yusaku's secret identity, or should I say Playmaker's secret identity of Yusaku has been discovered. We don't know who it was. I assumed it was Revolver, but it's basically some guy with white-ish hair that I could kind of make out. He basically had a camera inside of that girl's room, which is a bit weird when you really think about it. Like, did she know that camera was there? Okay, fair enough. But due to that, he was able to see that Yusaku when they went to go get her. So, yeah. How will this affect the plot now? I'm not too sure. But one thing that did annoy me is the fact that Shima, like, he got a nice little pep talk off Yusaku, but how did he not put 2 and 2 together? How did he not know that when Yusaku came to rescue him in the real world that he was Yusaku? So, I don't know. That's probably worth mentioning as well, that the Faust guy always planned to release him. He never plans to turn him into another. So it just kind of shows that the Knights of Hanoi are definitely not evil. I need to stop saying that because it's so obvious. Yeah, Knights of Hanoi aren't fully evil. Ignis is evil. Yusaku, I think, is a little bit in between. I'm kind of curious to see what happens. When he finds out that Knights of Hanoi aren't as evil as he thought they were, will he still be so hostile towards them? Because that is his overall goal. Very curious. But overall, I like this episode. Episode was fine. Looking forward to the next week's episode. But I'd love to hear what you guys thought in the comment section below. What did you think of the worm deck that we saw play in this episode? And what did you think of Yusaku's new ace monster? Let me know in the comment section below. But other than that, thanks a lot for watching. Catch you later.